Hello and welcome to my League 2 Game Week 28 predictions. If you do like League 2 predictions, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, do all of that good stuff. Yeah, some big games this weekend, such as Notts County Crew, big game in the playoff race, as well as Newport, Chesterfield, MK Dons, Shrewsbury up there in the other playoffs as well. And all teams fighting around that playoff place as the relegation and the automatic spot. So let's just dive straight into my League 2 Game Week 28 predictions. Up first is Barnet versus Oldham as the first 12:30 kickoff at the Hive on Saturday lunchtime. Barnet unfortunately lost to Grimsby for them at the weekend by a 0-0. Oldham picking up a nice 2-1 home win over Cheltenham, 1-1 draw against Chesterfield before that. Barnet did pick up back-to-back wins before that over Bristol Rovers and Crawley. Not amazing sides, but in this league, but they got the wins. Nonetheless, 2 wins for Barnet on the head-to-heads, 2 draws, 3 wins for Oldham, 1-1 draw when they did play back in League 2 earlier this season. Before that, they played in the National League, was a 3-0 away win for Barnet. Barnet's home form does need to pick up, but does it improve here? I think it might. Oldham don't convince me with all confidence. But yeah, I am going to back Barnet to win this one. They need to get kicking, well, they need to get some results kicking at home anyway. So yeah, I'm going to back Barnet to win this one by 2-0 over Oldham. I just don't think Oldham are going to be quite on it this match. So yeah, I'm going to back Dean Brennan's and Barnet side to win at the Hive by 2-0. The other 12:30 kickoff is Notts County versus Crewe in a big game in the playoff race as Notts County sits 7th, just inside those playoff places at the moment. Crewe Alexandra sit 10th at the moment, 3 points separating the two sides. Crewe could go level on points with Notts County with a win in this one. 2-1 home win for Crewe back earlier in the season on the 27th of September 2025. 0-0 draw between the sides of the 22nd of March at the Meadow Lane at Notts County last season. 7 wins for Notts County, 4 draws, 6 wins for Crewe. Crewe got a decent win over Barrow last time out, unbeaten in their last 3 matches, but they did drop some points at home to Harrogate. Notts County did beat Crawley in that one recently, but they were on some quite poor form before that. Are Notts County going to get back to winning ways in this one? Do I see it? You know what? I think they do win Notts County here. I'm going to back them to win. I'm going to go for a 2-1 Notts County home win over a Crewe side that are okay. They've just hit a couple of wins, but I think Notts County are going to go on a bit of a run now and win a load of games. So yeah, back in that's Shrewsbury, Meadow Lane to get rocking on this one, and Notts County to win by 2-1. Into the 3 o'clock as we go then, and Barrow are up first against Crawley. Back-to-back defeats for Barrow, only 1 win in their last 5. Crawley have been horrible as well. Barrow need a win, Crawley need a win. If Crawley did win this, you'd feel Barrow are right in the relegation scrap. You would feel 2-1 away with for Barrow back on the 27th of September 2025. Barrow did win that one. Back at Crawley, 4 wins for Barrow, 2 draws, 5 wins for Crawley. This one takes place at the SO Legal Stadium. Barrow at home, not at the Broadfield, where Crawley play their football. Difficult one to call again. I think Barrow will just get over the line. It's a long trip for Crawley to go all the way down to Barrow. I'm going to back Barrow to get over the line, though, in this one. I think it'll be a tight and scrappy game, but I think Barrow will just get over the line and go for a 1-0 home Barrow win here. They need a win under Andy Wing, and I think they're going to get it by a 0-0 here. So, yeah, Barrow 1, Crawley 0. Bromley versus Swindon then, top of the league. Bromley, they can afford to lose a few games, but they don't want to lose this against the Swindon side. They've lost back-to-back games at Salford in the Cup and in the league, both 3-2 scoreline. Chesterfield did pick up a point against the league leaders on Saturday afternoon. 4 wins prior to that for Bromley. First versus second in the table. You feel Ian Holloway's side will be right up for this away at the Copperjacks, and they will need to win this at Bromley. You feel 2-0 home win for Swindon back on the 27th of September earlier in the season. One more draw, one win for Bromley, one draw, one win for Swindon in the head-to-head record. Two sides that are really doing well. Ian Holloway probably will know how to set his team up in this one for League One. They've scored 10 in the last 5. Bromley, they're really free scoring sides. They're ranked first at home this season. Will rank first in all tables, I think, bar the away table. Swindon also scored 10 in their last 5. I think this could be quite the game to watch. This one on Saturday at 3 p.m. Probably Swindon. I'm actually going to bet the away side to win this. I'm going to go for a 2-1 away. Ian Holloway Swindon win in this one, just because I think Swindon will be right up for it. Holloway's been here, he's been experienced, he's done it all before. And I think they will get over the line against Bromley in this one, who are a little less experienced. So Swindon to win 2-1 here. Cambridge Tranmere is next on the board. Then Cambridge beating Fleetwood after they did lose to Birmingham in the FA Cup. They did beat Fleetwood last time out. Back-to-back losses at home for Tranmere against two top sides in Bromley and Walsall, though. Last win did come away at Harrogate. The last time they won at the Cleadra, no, not the Cleadra Abbey Stadium. They didn't win there at all. Well, they might have won there. Did they win last season? No, they didn't. They drew 0-0. Well, 2020 it was the last time they played. Did play earlier in the season. It was a 0-0 draw. Cambridge have won this fixture 0 times, 5 draws, 2 wins for Tranmere. 17th versus 16th. Can Tranmere get over the line? But Neil Harris's and Cambridge are quite tricky customers. The second half of the season have been on some great form, haven't they? I'm going back Cambridge to win this. I am going to go for a 2-1 scoreline. I think it'll be a bit tighter than people expect. So yeah, Cambridge to wins by 2-1 over Tranmere Rovers here. Cheltenham versus Grimsby then is another one at 3 o'clock. Well, they're all at 3 o'clock by the 2-1s at 12:30. Grimsby won 4 on the trot in all competitions against Shrewsbury, Fleetwood, Western and Barnet. Cheltenham only won 1 of their last 5. They've kind of slipped off the boil a little bit. They did lose to Leicester in the Cup, though, as well. They did beat Crawley Town by 3-0 there. Grimsby did beat Cheltenham 7-1 earlier in the season when they were down to 9 men, I believe it was. 5 wins for Cheltenham, 4 draws, 5 wins for Grimsby. Grimsby have had quite a good record over Cheltenham in recent times, and Steve Cottrell's side, I don't think are going to win this. Grimsby are on some flying form at the moment. I wouldn't be surprised if they kind of ran right in this one against the Cheltenham side that look pretty poor at the moment. I am going to back the Mariners to win this one. I'm going to go for a 2-0 away Grimsby win here. Probably going to win this quite comfortably. Could be even 3 or 4, but I'm just going to bet the solid 2-0 scoreline for Grimsby Town to get over the line against Cheltenham Town and Steve Cottrell in this one. Colchester Fleetwood then. Colchester have been on fly for. Fleetwood have lost their last 4 in all competitions. Not particularly looking great for them at the moment, and Pete Wilds and his team, they do sit just outside, well, they don't sit just outside the playoffs, they sit 15th, probably still in that playoff race, as it's really, really tight, and they're only 8 points off, down in 15th, 9 points, 9th sit Colchester on 39, 3 points off the playoffs, or 3 points off Notts County, I should say. 4-2 win for Fleetwood over Colchester back in September earlier this year. Fleetwood haven't won this fixture in a while, since 2015, but they've only played 4 times since then, apart from last time out. Don't know why I said that. Fleetwood did win last time out. 3 wins for Colchester, 2 draws, 2 wins for Fleetwood. Colchester seem to be picking up a little bit at home. Under Danny Kelly, they're going to have to, if they're going to get in that top 7 by the end of the season. I'm going to back Colchester United in this one. I'm going to back Colchester to win this. Due to Fleetwood's poor form, I'm going to go. I'm going to go 3-1 to Colchester. Probably be a 1-1 draw now. I've said that, but yeah, I'm going to back Colchester to win this by 3-1 for a solid home win over Fleetwood. Harrogate Gillingham now. Then Harrogate just looking absolutely dreadful at the minute. Haven't won it in any of their last 5. They haven't won a match in 9 either. Sorry, they haven't kept a clean sheet in 20. They've only scored 2 in their last 5. It's really, really worrying for Harrogate at the moment. Gillingham did come over the line against Newport last time out by 3-2, but they'll be looking for back-to-back wins here against a poor Harrogate side. It's kind of the ideal 2 fixtures you want in League 2. Harrogate and Newport quickly together. Harrogate did beat them back earlier in the season away at Gillingham. Harrogate do have a pretty good record against Gillingham in recent events. They've beat them 3 out of the last 4 times. So they'll be looking to replicate that. 4 wins for Harrogate on their head-to-heads, 2 draws, 1 win for Gillingham. I'm going to back a draw in this one. I'm going to back a 0-0 draw in this one between Harrogate and Gillingham. Not a lot is going to separate them, and I think it'd be quite a dull affair in this one. Gillingham dropped to 14th in the table after looking really good at the start of the season. Harrogate, I really feel for them because they're probably heading back to the National League. 0-0. MK Dons versus Shrewsbury, and this should be a pretty routine win for Paul Warren's side against the Shrewsbury side. They did win last time out against Harrogate and got a big 3 points on the board, but they did lose 4 prior to that, including a 6-1 thrashing away at Wolves, but that is a Premier League side. MK Dons scored 6 in their last 5, averaging 1.8 goals a match. Shrewsbury only scored 3 in their last 5. They are struggling. Shrewsbury MK Dons did win this fixture back in September. Last time they did play at MK Dons was a 1-0 away win for Shrewsbury, but that was in League One. 7 wins for MK Dons, 5 draws, 5 wins for Shrewsbury. MK Dons did win last season away at Accrington by 2. Last weekend, 2-0 away at Accrington Stanley. This one takes place at Stadium MK, the empty stadium. That's not MK Dons fans' problem, that's the people that built it. I'm going to back MK Dons to win this one. I'm going to go for a 2-0 home MK Dons win in this one. Shrewsbury look absolutely dreadful at the moment, despite that 1-0 win over Harrogate. But 2-0 MK Dons here. Newport Chesterfield. Now then, Newport did pick up a win over Crewe. They did have an okay festive period, but still nothing major. They did lose back-to-back games recently away at Bromley, which kind of killed all the momentum, and then lost away at Gillingham as well. This one takes place at Rodney Parade in Newport. Surprise. 3 draws on the trot for Chesterfield at the moment, and Paul Cook and his side, they sit 1 point outside the playoffs, but they do have a game over everybody else. They don't have any games in hand on the teams above them, I don't think. No. Chesterfield did win back earlier in the season by 4 goals to 1. 2 wins for Newport, 1 draw, 4 wins for Chesterfield. Chesterfield should win this. They should get back to winning ways. I'm going to back them, but I think Newport will make it difficult. I'll go for a 1-0 away Chesterfield win in this one. Newport have scored a few goals in their last few games, though. But yeah, I'm just going to back Chesterfield to get over the line in a scrappy encounter in this one. And Chesterfield to beat them and beat Newport by a 1-0. And Newport really looking like they're going to be relegated this season. Swindon take on Bristol Rovers then at the Peninsula. Back-to-back wins for Salford City over Swindon in the league and cup, so they've got Swindon covered in all areas. Bristol Rovers lost back-to-back games recently over Plymouth and Colchester. They did beat Shrewsbury 3-0 away from home in there as well. But Steve Evans going into Bristol Rovers, he knew it was going to be a tricky job. I think the aim is to just keep them in the league at this point. Steve Evans' main priority this season. 2-1 win for Bristol Rovers back earlier in the season. A bit of a shock defeat that one for Salford City. They've won 0 of the head-to-heads they've played against Bristol Rovers. 1 draw and 2 wins for Bristol Rovers. 4th versus 21st in the league. I wouldn't be surprised if Bristol Rovers came and got something with Steve Evans in charge. But Salford have scored 9 in their last 5, haven't lost in 9 either. Bristol Rovers also do like to score a goal or 2, and that is why I'm going to back Salford City to win this by 3 goals to 1 in this one over a Bristol Rovers side that don't look particularly great under Steve Evans, despite him coming through the door around that Christmas period. They haven't really clicked into gear apart from that 3-0 away win at Shrewsbury, and that is why I'm backing Salford City to win by 3 goals to 1. Now to Walsall versus Accrington in what is the final game of League 2 this weekend. Walsall did beat Tranmere by 3 goals to 1 at the weekend after a horrible run of form, losing 4 on the trot before that in all competitions. Accrington did lose at home to MK Dons. At the weekend, they'll be looking to get something here. They did beat Walsall last season on the 26th of April when Walsall were in the bottling stage, get my words out. 3-1 win for Walsall over Accrington on the 27th of September. 2 wins for Walsall, 1 draw, 4 wins for Accrington Stanley on that one. Walsall sit third at the moment. Accrington sit 16th. Yeah, Walsall should win this. And they got a brilliant momentum booster after beating Tramit at the weekend by 3 goals to 1 as well. Accrington don't look particularly great, but they go to random places or random top teams and get results. Some reason. I don't think that's going to happen here. I think Walsall will win this. I'm going to go for a 2-1 Walsall home win in this one. I think they will get over the line, but I think Accrington will make a fist of it and give them the right games. But yeah, Walsall to just get over the line by 2 goals to 1 here. Thank you very much for watching my League 2 Game Week 28 predictions. If you did like the video, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, do all of that good stuff, and I'll speak to you all on the next one, which will be League 1 predictions later on today. So don't forget to stay tuned for that, and I'll speak to you all on the next one.